Number 1. 965 Chrysler Newport, priced at $10,900. This is what mid-60s American luxury looks like when it's done right. Big body, clean lines, and that unmistakable full-size presence that just commands the road. This particular Newport is the rare 6-window town sedan, finished in its original French ivory with a gold interior, a classy, understated combination that fits the era perfectly. Under the hood, you've got a 383 cubic inch V8 paired with the legendary 727 TorqueFlite automatic transmission. It's been upgraded with a Pertronix Igniter 3 electronic ignition, service Stromberg carburetor, new battery, new ignition coil, fresh oil change, and new tires. The seller says it runs and drives beautifully, and it even completed a nearly 1,000 mile road trip without any drama. That tells you a lot about how solid this car really is. The exterior presents well with an older repaint that still shines nicely. There's one small rust bubble on the right rear quarter panel, but overall the body is solid, and the chrome and stainless trim are in excellent condition. The bumpers look almost new, which really elevates the car's presence. Inside, the gold and black interior is completely original. The door panels, headliner, steering wheel, and dash pad are crack-free and look remarkably well preserved for a 60-year-old car. The seats show some wear, and the original carpet is faded, but it does come with a brand new factory-correct carpet set if the next owner wants to freshen things up. Or you can leave it as is and enjoy that authentic survivor feel. Driving this Newport is all about smooth, effortless cruising. The power steering makes handling easy despite its size, and that 383 V8 delivers relaxed torque that feels perfect for long highway drives. It's not a muscle car, it's a comfortable, confident cruiser built for open roads and laid-back weekends. At $10,900, this is a very reasonable entry into classic full-size Mopar ownership. It's rare, it's honest, and it has documented history going back to 1965. If you're looking for something different from the typical Chevelle or Mustang crowd, this Chrysler Newport stands out in the best possible way. And who knows, this might be the kind of classic that just feels right the moment you get behind the wheel. Number 2, 1986 Cutlass Salon, priced at $17,950. Now this is pure 80s attitude done right. Finished in a deep royal or navy blue, this Cutlass Salon comes with glass T-tops, a matching blue interior, and just the right amount of street presence to turn heads without trying too hard. This car was stripped and repainted back in 2018, and a lot of the key details have already been taken care of. The seals were restored, and the vinyl/leather top was replaced in 2021, giving it a fresh, clean look. From 5 feet away, this thing looks awesome, straight body lines, glossy paint, and that classic G-body stance. There is some filler noted in the driver door, but overall it presents very well for a driver quality classic. Under the hood sits the original 307 V8 with roller lifters, paired to the original automatic transmission with overdrive. With just 79,000 original miles, this Cutlass still carries a lot of life in it. It starts, runs, and drives, and considering the owner is a mechanic and body specialist, it's been maintained as part of a personal collection, which always adds confidence. The added hood scoop gives it a slightly more aggressive vibe, even if it's pop-riveted in place. New tires are already installed, the radio works, the heater works, though the air conditioning will need attention if you want full comfort in the summer. On the road, this is that classic smooth Oldsmobile-style cruise. The 307 isn't about raw speed, it's about relaxed torque and comfortable driving. Drop those glass T-tops, let some air in, and suddenly you're back in 1986 rolling through town on a Friday night. As for restoration potential, this one sits in a sweet spot. It's good enough to drive and enjoy right now, but there's still room to take it to the next level, maybe refine the bodywork, upgrade the AC, or or clean up a few cosmetic details to really make it shine. At $17,950, you're getting a clean, mostly original G-body with T-tops, V8 power, and classic 80s personality. These cars are getting harder to find in solid condition, especially ones that haven't been heavily modified, if you're into that boxy, chrome-trimmed, blue-on-blue 80s vibe. This Cutlass Salon might be exactly what you've been looking for. Number 3, 1957 Cadillac Fleetwood 75 Series, priced at $18,500.
1957 Caddy undercarriage.
Yeah. From the inside or the out. This is legal? You feel like two person on the other. This one gets empty?
Now this is not just a car. This is a full-length American limousine from the golden age of Cadillac. Finished in classic black with a gray interior, this Fleetwood 75 has that unmistakable presence, long, low, elegant, and unapologetically luxurious. Under the hood sits the original 365 cubic inch V8 rated at 300 horsepower, paired with its original automatic transmission. According to the seller, this is an all-original driveline car showing 50,000 miles. It's been parked inside a building for the last 20 years, and while it does turn over, it's currently not getting spark. The fuel system was drained before storage, which is a good sign for anyone planning to bring it back to life. The body is described as super straight and rust-free, and that's a big deal on a car this size and this age. These Fleetwood 75 limousines were rare even when new, and finding one that hasn't been eaten away by rust is getting harder every year. The seats are tear-free, the original hubcaps are included, and overall it's being presented as a very honest, complete car. Design-wise, this is peak 1950s Cadillac. Massive chrome bumpers, dramatic tail fins, stacked headlights, and that formal limousine roofline that separates it from the standard models. This was the kind of car executives, dignitaries, and yes, maybe even someone like Miss Daisy would step out of with style. Driving experience? Well, once sorted, expect that classic Cadillac float. The 365 V8 is smooth and powerful, and these big cars were built for quiet, effortless cruising. It's not about speed, it's about presence, comfort, and gliding down the road like you own it. As for restoration potential, this is where it gets interesting. Because it's complete, rust-free, and mostly original, it makes a strong candidate for a sympathetic mechanical revival rather than a full teardown restoration. Fix the ignition issue, go through the fuel and brake systems, refresh the fluids, and you could have a very special classic limousine back on the road. At $18,500, this is positioned as a project with serious upside. The seller believes the car could be worth significantly more once running and sorted. And considering how rare Fleetwood 75 limousines are, especially in rust-free condition, there's definitely room for value here. If you've ever wanted a true 1950s Cadillac limo, something bold, dramatic, and undeniably American, this might be the one to rescue. Number 4, 1972 Chevrolet El Camino, priced at $12,900. Now this is one of those classics that perfectly captures early 70s American cool. Finished in gray over a black interior, this El Camino has that long hood, short bed profile that instantly tells you it means business. It's part muscle car, part pickup, and all attitude. The seller mentions the paint has had a light sanding, and there's reportedly no rust history except for one panel that was properly replaced along with a new inner fender. That's reassuring on a vehicle like this. Overall, it presents as a solid, straight driver. Not a trailer queen, but a car you can actually enjoy. It runs and drives like new, according to the owner, and it's backed by an automatic transmission for easy cruising. One of the best updates here is the upgraded vintage air system. The original AC was problematic, so now you get modern cooling in a classic body, which makes a big difference if you actually plan to drive it. With 100,000 miles and just 2 owners, this El Camino sounds like it's lived a fairly honest life. The seller says it's his personal truck, fully paid for, and he doesn't need help selling it, which usually means it hasn't been neglected. Behind the wheel, expect that classic smooth Chevrolet ride. It feels like a Chevelle up front, but with a bed in the back that adds character and practicality. You can cruise it, take it to shows, or even use it the way it was intended. At $12,900, this is an affordable way into vintage Chevy ownership with style and utility in one package. Clean, usable, and undeniably cool. If you've been wanting something different from the usual classic coupe, this El Camino might just hit the sweet spot. Number 5, 1996 Chevrolet Impala LS Sedan 4D, priced at $16,500. Now this is that big body 90s Chevy presence done right. Finished in a deep burgundy with gray leather inside, this Impala has that long, wide stance that just looks mean sitting still. It's clean, bold, and unmistakably full-size American. But the real story is under the hood. This one's running a 6.0-liter LS engine paired with a 4L60 automatic transmission, and the seller says it runs strong. That's a serious upgrade from stock, giving this Impala the kind of power that matches its aggressive look. With 127,000 miles on the chassis, it's been driven, but clearly built with purpose. It sits on factory 17-inch wheels at the $16,500 price, and you can even option it with 24-inch replicas if you want a more custom vibe. Supporting the power is a full QA1 suspension setup front and rear. So this isn't just about straight-line speed, it should feel tighter and more controlled than your average 90s sedan. Inside, you've got gray leather and a big stereo system, adding to that classic custom Impala feel. It's fully paid off and ready for the next owner. On the road, expect strong torque, smooth highway cruising, and serious presence at any car meet. This is the kind of car you show up in and people notice. At $16,500, you're getting LS power in a legendary full-size Chevy platform already upgraded in the right places. If you like your classics with modern muscle and street attitude, this Impala delivers. Number 6, 1960 Ford Thunderbird Sport Coupe 2D, priced at $12,000. Now this is early 60s style at its finest. Finished in white with a blue interior, this Thunderbird has that sleek, jet-age look that made these cars so iconic. The long hood, subtle tail fins, and that rare vinyl top give it a classy but slightly sporty presence that still turns heads today. This one shows 82,000 miles and comes with an automatic transmission. According to the seller, it runs strong and has plenty of power. It's described as an original California car, and the body is said to be straight with no bondo, even checked by a body repairman with 30 years of experience. That's a big plus when you're talking about a 1960 classic. Inside, the original blue interior is one of the highlights. It's in great condition and really captures that vintage Ford vibe. There's also a kicker stereo system installed, blending classic style with a bit of modern sound. The car comes with lots of extra parts and accessories, which is always a bonus for the next owner. Now, it's not perfect. There are minor cosmetic issues, small rust spots, and the floor pans were replaced in the past with a small amount of rust showing again. There's also a slight rain leak and a few small dings and dents. But overall, it's a solid driver that just needs someone with time and vision to take it to the next level. Behind the wheel, expect that classic Thunderbird feel smooth, confident, and built more for stylish cruising than aggressive driving. It's the kind of car you take out on a sunny weekend, windows down, just enjoying the ride. At $12,000, this is an approachable entry into early 60s American luxury with room to improve and build value over time. It's already running strong, now it just needs the right enthusiast to finish the job. If you've been looking for a true vintage cruiser with character and potential, this Thunderbird might be the one. Number 7, 1970 Opel GT Custom, priced at $12,000. Now this is one of those small classics that punches way above its weight. Finished in bright red with a black interior, the Opel GT has that low, curvy European sports car shape that makes people do a double take. From certain angles, you can see why people mistake it for a vintage Ferrari. It's sleek, compact, and full of personality. This one shows just 37,000 miles and comes with a manual transmission, which is exactly how a car like this should be enjoyed. The seller says it runs and drives great and has a complete driving vibe, meaning it's not just for show, it's meant to be used. The flip-up headlights work, all the lights function, and most of the gauges are operational. It even has a retro-style Bluetooth radio with good speakers, blending classic style with modern convenience. Now, full honesty here, shortly after buying it, the owner bumped into something in the yard, so it needs a front bumper and some minor body work. He's upfront about it, and even mentions that once repaired, the price would likely jump into the $15,000 to $18,000 range. That makes the current $12,000 asking price feel like an opportunity for someone willing to handle a small cosmetic fix. On the road, these cars feel light, nimble, and connected. With the manual gearbox and compact size, it's a backroad cruiser with serious charm. It's not about big horsepower, it's about feel, balance, and turning heads everywhere you go. As for restoration potential, this one's already running strong. Fix the bumper, tidy up the minor bodywork, and you've got a sharp little European-style sports car that stands out in any collection. At $12,000, it's an affordable entry into classic sports car ownership with tons of character and upside. If you're into unique classics that look exotic without the exotic price tag, this Opel GT might be the perfect fit. Number 8. 1994 Jaguar XJS 5-speed convertible priced at $14,850.
1994 Jaguar XJS convertible with a 5-speed manual transmission. It was one of only 150 or so that were brought to the US by Jaguar with the manual transmission. It has the 4-liter twin cam 4-valve straight 6, so it has good performance, good fuel economy, smooth as silk, extremely durable and reliable engines. Really a nice asset for the XJS. Power top. The top is new. The interior is exceptionally nice. It comes with a huge stack of service records from its 30-year history.
Now this is something you almost never see. A factory 5-speed manual Jaguar XJS convertible. Only 56 of these were imported with a manual transmission, which instantly makes this car incredibly rare. Finished in green over a tan leather interior, it has that classic British elegance with just the right touch of sport. Under the hood sits the 4.0-liter twin-cam inline-6, known for being smooth, durable, and surprisingly strong. Paired with a German-built Getrag 5-speed transmission, this car completely changes personality compared to the typical automatic XJS. The manual gearbox makes it feel more connected, more engaging, less boulevard cruiser, more grand touring machine. The body is described as excellent with beautiful paint, and the interior matches that quality. Tan leather, burled walnut wood trim, and a brand new soft top that operates as it should. It's the full luxury experience, just with an extra level of driver involvement. With 156,000 miles, it's been driven, but it's also been extremely well maintained, backed by a thick binder of service records, most performed at the dealer. On the road, expect that classic Jaguar ride, smooth steering, composed suspension, and a silky engine note. But with the 5-speed, you're in control. It transforms the car into something more special, something you actually look forward to shifting through the gears on a winding road. As for potential, this is one of those appreciating classics. The rarity alone sets it apart, and being both usable and collectible makes it even more attractive. You can enjoy it now and still feel confident about its long-term value. At $14,850, this is an opportunity to own one of the rarest manual XJS convertibles ever imported, a true driver's Jaguar. If you've been waiting for a classic British convertible that's elegant, rare, and genuinely engaging, this might be the one. Number 9. Pontiac Fiero Fino Widebody V8, $11,000. 1987 Pontiac Fiero Fino Widebody V8 for $11,000. Now this is not your average Fiero. What you're looking at is a custom-built machine finished in bold purple with a rare Fino widebody kit that completely transforms the car's stance. It sits low, wide, and aggressive, almost exotic-looking, especially with the shaved door handles and custom 3-tone paint. But the real story is behind the seats. Instead of the stock setup, this one runs a Cadillac Northstar 4.6-liter 32-valve V8. That's serious power in a lightweight mid-engine platform. It's paired to an automatic transmission, and with Willwood brakes and a custom build completed back in 2002. This thing is built to move. The drivetrain has around 60,000 miles, with about 30,000 miles on the build itself. Inside, you get a gray interior, fully street legal, clean title, and it's been owned for 7 years with no major issues. It's not perfect, there are a few paint chips and small cosmetic quirks, but that's part of owning a hand-built custom. As a restoration candidate, you could take it to the next level with fresh paint correction and detailing, or just drive it as is and enjoy the raw, V8-powered experience. For $11 grand, this is a wild, affordable custom that definitely isn't for beginners. Number 10, 1967 Pontiac Bonneville Coupe for $16,500. Now this is full-size American muscle from the golden era. Finished in bold red with a clean black interior, this Bonneville has that long, wide stance that just screams late 60s Detroit confidence. Under the hood sits a 428 cubic inch Pontiac V8 paired to an automatic transmission. That big block torque is what this car is all about, smooth, effortless power that moves this full-size coupe like it's floating down the highway. According to the seller, it's all original and shows just 39,000 miles, which is impressive for a car of this age. Mechanically, it's had some smart updates where it counts: new gas tank, new fuel pump and sending unit, plus a new carburetor. That means it should start easily, idle smoothly, and cruise without drama. The body is described as very nice and clean with minimal to no rust, something you definitely want to hear on a 67. Behind the wheel, expect that classic floaty ride, wide bench comfort, and that unmistakable V8 rumble when you lean into the throttle. It's not a sports car, it's a boulevard cruiser built for long, relaxed drives. As a restoration candidate, you could keep it preserved and original, or take it to the next level with a detailed engine bay refresh and show quality paint correction. Either way, at $16,500, this Bonneville offers big body presence, strong 428 power, and classic Pontiac style in one clean package. Number 11, 1952 Ford Crestline Victoria for $13,500. Now this is early 50s American style done right. Finished in factory raven black with a gray interior, this hardtop has that clean pillarless look that made the Victoria such a standout back in the day. Under the hood you've got the original 239 cubic inch Stratostar V8 paired with a Ford-O-Matic automatic transmission. It runs and shifts fantastic, and with the fuel system cleaned and all fluids changed after 22 years in storage, it's been properly brought back to life. The seller says all the gauges work, along with the wipers, radio, and lights, including the interior lights. Cosmetically, it's described as very solid and mostly original. The paint is older and considered driver quality, with a few small bubbles on the lower front fenders, pretty common on these cars. The brakes do stop, but they'll need some attention since they catch a bit. On the road, expect a smooth, relaxed cruise with that classic flathead V8 tone and easy automatic shifting. As a restoration project, you could address the brake system, freshen up the paint, and take it to the next level, or simply enjoy it as an honest, usable classic. For $13,500, this Crestline Victoria offers vintage charm, solid bones, and a lot of style for the money. Number 12, 1959 Ford Fairlane 500 Galaxy for $15,500. Now this is a true late 50s American cruiser, and one of the first to carry the Galaxy name when it debuted mid-year. Finished in bright yellow with a white interior, this hardtop has that unmistakable Jet Age styling, long lines, subtle fins, and loads of chrome. Under the hood, it keeps its original 292 cubic inch V8 paired to an automatic transmission, plus power steering for easy cruising. It's an older restoration, but according to the seller, it runs out great and drives strong. The body is described as solid and straight, with solid floors and trunk, always a big plus on a car from this era. The paint shows its age, with some clear coat chipping around the panel edges, but overall it still presents as a sharp, eye-catching classic you can hop in and enjoy right away. With only about 10,000 miles shown, it's clearly been preserved and cared for. Behind the wheel, expect smooth V8 power, light steering, and that laid-back boulevard ride these big Fords are known for. As a restoration candidate, you could refresh the paint and detail it to show quality, or simply keep it as a clean driver. For $15,500, this Galaxy delivers style, originality, and pure classic cruising vibes. Number 13, 1971 Ford Thunderbird Coupe for $13,300. This is the glamour bird era, when the Thunderbird was all about big luxury, bold styling, and serious V8 power. Finished in white with a striking blue interior, this car has that long, dramatic bodyline that defines early 70s American personal luxury coupes. Under the hood sits the massive 429 cubic inch, 7.0-liter Thunderjet V8 pushing out around 360 horsepower. Paired with an automatic transmission, it delivers smooth but commanding acceleration. With 93,000 miles on the clock, the seller describes it as all original, rust-free, and running and driving great. Inside, the interior is said to be in excellent condition, and that's important because these cars are all about comfort. Wide seats, soft ride, and effortless cruising, that's the Thunderbird personality. This isn't a lightweight sports car, it's a highway machine built to glide. As a restoration candidate, you could keep it preserved as an original survivor or elevated with detailed paint correction and engine bay detailing to make that 429 really stand out. For $13,300, you're getting classic luxury, big block power, and unmistakable 70s presence in one clean package. Number 14, 1967 Chevrolet Chevy 2 Nova for $14,500. Now this is a true barn find classic that's ready for a full comeback. This two-door hardtop shows just under 100,000 miles and has been sitting in dry storage for over 20 years. It's the kind of project that muscle car fans love to get their hands on. Originally finished in Sierra Fawn with a Capri cream top, you can still see traces of that factory paint combo in several areas. The car comes with its original GM seats, original working glass, solid doors and fenders, plus new floor pans already installed. It even includes brand new full quarter panels from AMD that just need to be test fitted and welded in. Structurally, the frame looks great, and it's got new rear suspension along with classic Chevy rally wheels. Decades ago, a previous owner ran a 327 with a 4-speed, and the pedals are still there, so the performance roots are part of its story. Behind the wheel, once restored, this Nova has the potential to be a lightweight, sharp-handling street machine. As it sits, it needs a full restoration, but the bones are there. For $14,500, you're getting a rare, solid foundation that could turn into a serious show car or weekend cruiser. Number 15. 1983 Lincoln Continental Mark 6 Coupe for $16,599. Now this is pure early 80s American luxury, preserved exactly the way you hope to find one. This is a one-owner car with just 37,000 original miles, and it truly feels like a time capsule from Lincoln's personal luxury golden years. Finished in an elegant cream exterior over tan leather seats, this Mark 6 has that unmistakable upscale presence. The long hood, formal roofline, and signature Lincoln grille give it a stately, confident look. Step inside and you're surrounded by plush leather, rich trim, and every available option offered in 1983, premium electronics, comfort features, and all the little touches that made these cars feel futuristic at the time. Under the hood sits the smooth and reliable 5.0-liter V8 paired with an automatic transmission. It's not about raw speed, it's about effortless, quiet cruising. These cars were built to glide down the highway in total comfort. With only 37,000 miles in collector ownership, the condition speaks for itself. As a restoration candidate, you really wouldn't change much, maybe light detailing to keep it showroom fresh. At $16,599, you're buying originality, low miles, and classic Lincoln elegance in one beautifully preserved package. Number 16, 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V for $11,900. Now this is peak late 70s American luxury. Finished in rare light apricot with a burgundy leather interior, this Mark V absolutely captures that bold, personal luxury era when bigger was better. Under the hood sits the 400 cubic inch, 6.6-liter V8 paired with an automatic transmission. It's built for smooth, effortless cruising rather than speed. With just 66,000 miles, this example is described as completely rust-free, and it still wears its original paint and even the original headlights. That kind of originality is getting harder to find. Inside is where this car really shines. The burgundy leather interior is said to be in mint condition, and it even comes with nearly a full book of receipts, the original car manual, radio manual, warranty documents, basically a full paper trail. That's the kind of documentation collectors love. The only real flaw mentioned is some sun damage on the roof. It doesn't leak, but replacing it would take this car to the next level. On the road, expect that classic floaty Lincoln ride, quiet, soft, and relaxed. As a restoration candidate, this one is more about preservation than overhaul. Clean it up, address the roof, and enjoy it. For $11,900, you're getting rarity, documentation, and true 1979 Lincoln presence in one standout package. Number 17. 1949 Buick Roadmaster Custom for $13,500. Now this is where classic post-war American styling meets custom muscle attitude. Finished in brown over a matching brown interior, this Roadmaster keeps its iconic late 40s curves but packs a much more modern punch underneath. Instead of the original drivetrain, this one runs a Pontiac 400 small block engine paired with an electronic 460 automatic transmission. That's a serious upgrade, giving this big Buick stronger performance and more reliable cruising power. It's also been updated with gas shocks and front disc brakes, which means better ride control and improved stopping compared to stock. The customization doesn't stop there. The doors and trunk are electronically operated by remote, adding a modern touch to a classic body. Inside, the interior is described as being in excellent condition, complete with a center console, additional gauges, and a sound system. The odometer works, and it rides on new tires, making it ready to drive and enjoy. On the road, expect smooth V8 torque with a bit more attitude than a factory 49. It's still a big, comfortable cruiser, but now with upgraded drivability. As a restoration candidate, this one isn't about going back to original. It's about refining the custom build, detailing the engine bay, and dialing everything in. For $13,500, you're getting a unique blend of vintage Buick elegance and hot rod performance in one bold package. Number 18. 1986 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS Coupe for $15,000. This is pure 80s street muscle, and this one sounds seriously dialed in. Finished in white with a gray interior, it still wears its original paint and, according to the seller, has absolutely no rust, solid from top to bottom. It shows 97,000 original miles, but here's the real story: the running gear has just over 9,000 miles on it. Under the hood sits a built 355 small block Chevy with a cam, backed by a TH350 automatic transmission and a TCI breakaway converter. Out back, it's running 3.08 gears, making it a strong street setup that can cruise comfortably but still move when you get into it. Owned by a mechanic since 2009 and stored indoors for 17 years, this car has clearly been cared for. On the road, expect that classic G-body feel, tight, responsive, and with a healthy V8 rumble that makes the Monte Carlo SS such an icon. As a restoration candidate, it's more about preservation than overhaul. Detail it, maintain it, and enjoy it as a clean driver with upgraded performance. For $15,000, this Monte Carlo SS offers originality, power, and real-deal 80s attitude in one solid package. Number 19. 1970 Chevrolet Impala 4-door for $10,000 US. This is big body American cruising with a modern street twist. The 70 Impala already has that long, wide stance and clean late 60s styling, but this one steps it up with massive 24-inch wheels that completely change the attitude. According to the seller, it runs and drives great, which is exactly what you want from a full-size cruiser like this. It's described as being in good used condition, and the sound system is clear. So this is the kind of car you take out on the weekend, windows down, music up, just floating down the boulevard. The 4-door layout makes it practical, but the presence is still strong. These cars are known for their smooth ride and solid road feel. With the right stance and wheel setup, they really stand out in traffic. As a restoration candidate, you could take it in a few directions. Bring it back closer to stock for that classic factory look, or lean even further into the custom scene with suspension upgrades and detailing. At 10 grand, this Impala offers size, style, and street presence without breaking the bank. Number 20. 1971 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia for $16,000. This is one of those timeless designs that never gets old. Finished in red with a black interior, the Karmann Ghia blends sporty curves with classic European charm in a way few cars from the early 70s could. This one is described as a rare stock condition example, showing just under 90,000 miles. It runs and drives great and features the autostick transmission, giving you that vintage Volkswagen feel with a slightly more relaxed driving experience. Recent updates include new shocks, rear torsion bars, and fresh window seals, so it's been properly maintained where it counts. Behind the wheel, expect light steering, that signature air-cooled engine sound from the rear, and a simple, connected driving feel. As a restoration candidate, it's more about preservation. Keep it clean, keep it original, and enjoy it as a stylish weekend cruiser. At 16 grand, this Karmann Ghia offers classic design, solid mechanical condition, and a unique driving vibe that still turns heads today.